Hey everyone, welcome back to another exciting episode of Tackle Productions. Today I bank our page once again by Austin and Jake.
What up?
What's going on, y'all?
Fluff could not join us today, but we're going to carry on anyways. Like always, just buttons on below. Feel free to click them. They're there for a reason. Today's matchup is Jake and Austin. Jake has brought back Kid Q, but this time it's, if I recall correctly, a mono black.
Yes, sir.
And Austin's brought his legal SS4 Vegeta deck.
It's over 50 cards, you guys.
Yeah, so last week's videos when we were doing my Vegeta, I was like, I feel like I'm low on cards, but I'm not seeing what I need. Then I look at home and there's 2 sleeves, and I was like, these sleeves only have 50. Oh my god, I was playing with 48 cards. So yeah, that was fun. Don't mind me, guys.
Guys, take it away.
This was an insanely fun match, and I love this match so much. It was actually a blast to play.
Yeah, it was one of those. Well, let's not spoil it. Let's let it ride organically.
That's why I said it was a blast.
So, I see this Bardock ape in your energy. Do you play any other Bardocks, or do you just evolve apes on top of apes and go that way?
Yep, just do that. It's because I remember when I first tried to use the apes, and then Fluff was like, Austin, the Bardock ape is a Bardock. It's like, oh my god, you're right. So I just didn't do any more Bardocks. For some reason, I was so used to having have to have an evolved target that's like, not the ape itself, from the old Bardocks. So
Yeah.
it's a fun card though. I like it. It can give a little aggression, early on because it restands itself and replaces itself in the energy, so you can get a 20k double striker that's also a blocker. So it's just really handy.
Oh yeah. So one of the blue cards that I really like in theory, but I just haven't experimented with yet. And here I went into Saiyan Scion's turn 1 instead of the Kid Coup because I just wanted to be really aggressive against this blue list because I know how powerful it is in long games.
Yeah, and taking 3 life turn 1 was absurd. Like, goodness gracious. Unison swing, leader swing, and 1 of your battle card swings. I was not looking forward to when I saw that. I was like, oh no, this is how this is gonna be.
This is going to be one of those.
This is gonna be one of those nights. But yeah, I like blue. My problem with blue is it just starts so slow. Like, I'm mostly I play red blue a whole lot, but I'm still mostly like a red player. And that's why I like this leader, because you can swing, as you saw here, put an energy if it goes through, it helps make it not feel as sluggish in the beginning.
So the problem I have with blue in a lot of games is when I get to the mid game, like 4 or 5 energy, there's always like a fork in the road where you can either sit back and defend another turn, or you could like start playing more aggressively. And it just really, I seem to make the wrong call a lot of the time whenever I'm playing blue. But here I'm just trying to keep the pressure on, trying to force you to awaken early. I know I'm not going to get too much out of it, but at this point, I'm just setting up for my mid-game push.
The thing is, too, is the leader's obviously better on its awakened side, but like the awakening is only draw 1 card. So, like, it's fine to awaken my opponent's turn for pressure.
Exactly.
So, it's it's just fun. Like, I like this because the leader, everyone's like, oh no, I have to waste resources to make sure it doesn't swing in. And it's just fun. The leader is very open-ended, so you can just play, good blue stuff in the general in the deck. This is also actually an updated list from last week where I actually changed like more than half the deck. It's no longer a deck from set 12.
Well, I like a lot of the changes you've made, like this Tapion. I was going to bounce a guy, and I forgot that the bouncing effect is tied to the unison and not the battle card.
Because we were talking about it, I was like, oh, does it? I don't remember it doing that. I was just going to trust you. But then I read it, I was like, no, it doesn't.
I will say that was a good order of operations on Jake's part, though. Instead of
Yeah.
blocking the first attack, knowing that he can still play cards afterwards, and you negate that first one just so you can block with the second one.
Mhm. That's probably for me as a player with this deck, the most challenging thing is trying to figure out the order of attack operations, especially with decks that have like blockers and negates, because you
Also,
want the leader swing to go through, but also you have double strikers and stuff, so you have to figure out what you want negated.
also in this match, we learned that Jake likes to show his balls.
Yeah, I'll reveal
Oh, yeah.
them a time or two.
I see right there. Show my ball.
That's all I heard. I was sitting beside you guys, I think, during this match.
Yeah.
And that's all I heard the entire time was, show my balls? Show my balls? And I'm like, guys, what the hell's happening over there?
Look, man, it's what happens when you play this deck. You gotta show your ball.
So, Austin, the secret you play isn't Baby Hatch. So seeing Jake kind of get this wide of a board, where's your mindset at? Out of curiosity.
I wish I was playing cooler. No, but in all, I have lots of negates, so I just need to figure out what I want to do. Like my hand already is gonna reveal it. I have 2 Mechie Orbs, 2-dimension magics, so I was not worried about seeing the board amass that high. I know he's got a blocker and I know it restands and stuff, but I just really wasn't that worried about it. That card I didn't want played out because I knew he was going to try to pop the Tapion. And
Yeah, I did not expect you to spend a counterplay there, and that really threw a wrench in my plans. Because now next turn I'm gonna have to defend around your leader and this Tapion, and I don't want to take another double strike. So I'm probably
Yeah.
gonna have to spend the block on the Tapion, and I really didn't want to do that.
if I correct me if I'm wrong, that Gogeta is also blocker though, correct?
Yeah. And it would have
Yes,
gotten rid of the Tapion as well. Because
Yeah, so I didn't want that, yeah.
And what
I
makes
remember,
it even worse that you had to expend resources to do that, and it's just like a big old nope.
Yeah, I spent 1 energy and 2 cards, and now those fusion materials are lost to me. Although I can fuse from the drop area with the big 8-drop, so it's not a complete loss, but man, did that feel bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you were doing that, that's what I thought the target was you're going for.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I just wanted, even though I personally don't care about the Tapion, I just didn't want the extra blocker on the field. Because it's just so much. Like the Tapion deck, it's a good card. It's great, but it's it's getting stonewalled a bit. It's done its job, I feel. It's literally only there to make pressure to kind of like ease up until I get to 6 energy. Because once you get to 6 energy, this deck pops off. And it's just so fun.
And that petrification you used, pretty much such a great negate for 1 energy. You do have to pitch card, but for this deck alone, you just pitch a ball, which you could just retrieve on your turn.
Exactly. So I've considered running Protector of the People too for the same reason. Just because it's basically a 1 energy negate when you consider that you can just pick up balls or fuse with skilllesses from the drop area.
And here, I go ahead and get into the Boo Unison after I did the plus to the Vegeta leader, just so I can give him plus 10k. And then get another double striker on the board to kind of put pressure on here.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah, the Boo Unison, I know it's really good, but because it's 4 energy, I like, and you don't plus it. It's blocker, but I'm not a big fan of it. I know it's really good, but for me personally, I don't like it that much. I just ran because I know it's good.
So for blue, it's a good way of telling your opponent to F off in a sense. Because it's
so
a blocker,
strong.
it's a double strike that gets a swing and restand, and it also restands 1 of your energy during the beginning of your opponent's turn. If your leader's blue, then it's a blocker. It can -1 to get rid of any card you assume it to be a problem. So if you time that right, and you let your opponent go for it. Now, a lot of times people will just say, I'm going to swing towards your Unison and try to get you to use that -1 so that when they play their big card, then you won't have it. But
and it's I got a pretty good board presence here. Like that's one of the things I said I wasn't worried about because I knew I had the Boo in my hand. I had a Tapion. Got a lot of double strikers. I got a weird amount of threat for blue. I always never think of blue as a like offensive threatening deck. And here Jake uses the Kai of Time secret rare that I hate. I hate it so much. I'm
So
always
here he
wary of
uses the
it.
bean to get out of damage, and then God seals it back to my hand.
I know he really wants to get rid of my whole board, and honestly, the whole thing was like I just placed Boo. I don't care with Tapions; they've done their job. I just placed Boo.
That's
Don't.
the Boo, like these 3 double strikers on the table and me at 4 life is just way too much. And even though my board is technically bigger right now, just with all the negates and everything you have, I feel like it's just better to try and go into this Kai. And
Let me check one thing just real quick. So let me catch it real quick. You played it and then you used Sitsubin. Was it one of those things where it's like, hey, I meant to do this. Are you okay with me doing this?
no, the Kai doesn't come in until the end of the battle. So I like tapped 1 energy and said, I'm going to use this effect. And then we continued the rest of the battle. He beamed, got out of damage. Kai comes in, God seal.
Yeah. Cause I asked him. I made sure. I was like, so does it come in after the battle? He's like, yes. You tap on energy to combo with it and the effect.
Yeah, you don't get the
And
combo power. You just get the
power,
effect.
just the effect. Sorry, you do the activate battle. Yeah, sorry. You do that. You do the activate battle to play at the end of the battle. So I was making sure I did that because I wanted the bean takes the extra energy out for the gates and stuff. That just reset the whole entire board. And I was like, okay.
Kind of a risky play for me, but if I remember, my hand size here is a lot bigger than yours, so I feel like I won't die, even though you've got this much energy open, and
Yeah.
I'll be able to come back now that you've got now that the Majin Buu is gone.
Coming in off the top rope here with a quick fucking ruling for you
Yeah,
dogs.
I was just looking it
The
up.
Kai
Yeah, I was just looking it
does
up.
just come into play straight up. It does
Yeah.
not come in at the end of the battle.
Oh well, then yeah,
I was going to put a thing
I'm
on the
going
screen.
back to the dojo.
Yeah, I was just actually looking into it because I thought it happens in an activate battle. You play this card if you have 3 or more energy. And that's why I was confused on that play there.
I thought it was into the battle. My bad.
Yeah, because I asked Jake in the middle of that because I was gonna do right there when he showed the card.
Yeah, the intent to counterplay it was still there. So, but yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. Either way, I pretty much knew what he was gonna do.
Yeah, because I just wanted to make sure because I did not want that in play. But
So
this favorite blue card right here, Vegeta Rise Super Warrior.
I want to talk about this real quick. In a lot of people's opinions, people feel like you may, and by people, I'm going to say Fluff. He's not here to talk about it. But every time I said, yeah, he would just charge all 4 cards, and he's like, those are just draw cards. What is he doing? And I explained to him, like, it has come in handy for you. For example, you don't have a Unison right now, and you've been able to ramp up to enough to play a card and still have 5 open energy to do your Golden Ape. So I get it. But like when me and you played like last week, I think I talked about it a little bit. It's just so weird to see an SS4 player just say, "I'll just charge all 4 of these." I'm like, what?
This game, he brought his Xenos to hand, which I thought was really, really smart, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
let the other 2 go to the energy.
Well, it's because with the Zeno super combos on my opponent's turn, you get the energy back and it restands. So I was like, okay, even if I need to like restand energy, I have this way, and I have cards I wouldn't mind being in my energy. So yeah, I personally love just putting in all my energy just because I'm not used to having like the baby unison where you just discard cards, people use a whole lot with blue. And
Yeah.
so I'm thinking like, okay, I need to do all this hard casting for everything. How much energy do I need? How much energy do I need? So that way if I need to counterplay someone trying to counterplay, a bigger card. And there's just a lot that goes into it. That's I think charging the energy honestly is really underrated.
I would agree with that, especially if you have beans.
There was a match off camera that I got to 16 energy.
Oh my god.
15. 15.
15, sorry, 15.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was absurd.
That's the gamble of camera. Like you never know which games are going to completely pop off.
This one is a good game though. Like
Oh
it's
yeah, for sure.
I had really good games all night. They're all close and good. Like it was all of them were just struggle fests on both ends. I enjoy those. Whenever it's a game that like I have to like really fight for, it's fun. I enjoy it. It's my favorite games.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's nice to get a freebie once in a while, but I prefer like a buy if that's gonna happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And also shout out to Nick. I think I see him reach him charge there and that energy. I borrowed his Breachums and I charged almost every single one of them.
Oh no!
It's because everyone was being so aggressive with me like all night. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't play Marichum.
Gogeta is such a strong card. It does take 4 energy to do, but at the same time, like you got rid of both his blockers, and he also had to pitch a card.
Pitch 2, yeah.
So, and here's the blue game where it's just I can defend as long as I want.
I can hold my breath for a long time.
I find it's fun. Like I used to be such an aggressive player, and then I started playing cooler, and it got me more into like defensive plays and thinking like just defensively. Now it's really all I want to play. But man, that Gogeta Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta card is so good.
Oh, it's nuts.
That card alone makes you want to play black. And that unison, every time now I try to say that unison, I'm like, oh no.
So, okay, yeah, you're going for kill. Holy crap. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying my best.
And here Jimmy stops us because I went to draw a card. He's like, you don't draw the card. I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. It's good. I was just so enthralled in this, my brain just like kind of stopped working. And I honestly can't remember if I get out of this or not.
We shall see.
Like, I'm interested to see. I think I was debating what to combo here, yeah. And then I got out of it right there, yeah. I was debating on what I needed to combo.
Here I make a huge mistake, and I grab my deck first, not knowing if there's skilllesses in there on the -1, and I actually end up whiffing.
Because the way it's read.
Yeah, you have to pick deck or drop area. And unfortunately for me, I gambled wrong, and the last skilllesses are actually in my life.
So, tapped out with 3 energy. You got a blocker, though.
Yeah, huge blocker, 3 life, I think 2 cards in hand at this stage. And I think Austin has like 1 or 2 cards in his hand as well.
Yeah, and I'm having to think for a long while about what I want to do. So I go there so I can, draw an extra card here. And right there, I do a sigh because I just pulled the secret rare.
So I would say, looking from a different perspective, like from right here, if you would have swung first,
Yup.
1 of 2 things would have happened. A, yes, you would have still drawn your card, kudos, but he would have either used the blocker on that first attack or took the life. In this case, like, it ended the way it was, and then you could have played your turn after that. I mean,
we talked about that too. I was like, I would have won like so easily right there, decidedly. It would have been no contest, and Seven having to like do this like, oh my gosh, okay, now I have to figure out because he did the negate on triple strike. Now I got to figure out maneuver around. Like now it's still up in the air.
Yeah,
it's not as like when you see the SCR, usually it's a decided victory. So when I saw it in my hand, I was like, now I got okay, we gotta figure out how we can do this. I'm like trying to think of every single possible way. Like, all right, he could have this, he could have this.
And especially when Power Burst is basically grabbing me a super combo out of the warp every time I use it, like that's huge as well.
Yeah, it's oh, had a combo with the secret rare, and I'm like, oh, I gotta do it. And can't remember what we're talking about here.
I'm talking about like had you done this turn differently,
Yeah.
I think this would have
Yeah.
come out a different way.
I think we were all sitting there like, what? I think you guys were the last ones still playing, and we looked over like I was thinking, it's like, are they done? Did what's going on over there? And then I hear Jake go, "Is it my turn?"
Yeah.
Like you all were just kind of like talking about it and explaining like the interaction that occurred there.
Yep, and then that's game. Yeah. It was like I said, I was like, oh man, if I had just swung with my leader first. I just, for some reason, like I'm so, like my brain got trapped out because I'm so used to like wanting the leader swing through and trying to bait other things. Then my brain was just like in that mode of always wanting my leader swing not to be negated, but there I didn't matter if it did because I just needed to draw.
And that's what I was talking about earlier with blue. Like sometimes the turns get so complicated because you can do so much that it like leads you down a wrong path.
Yeah. That was a great game though.
So that being said, thank you all for tuning in. Keep in mind, this button's down below and on the screen. And for the sake of Jimmy's sanity, read your cards, know your place, and fluff out.